2025 is going to be the biggest year we've ever had. We are building something massive, helping more agents than ever and turning content creation into careers that people actually love. I'm about to tell you exactly how we're doing it. One of the biggest things I'm excited about is Wild, something that I really think is going to affect real estate agents, businesses, and help them grow. It's been a gap in the market for a long time, but I'll talk about that later.
When I first started CLI, I did not expect this. One of the biggest moves that we made in 2024 was buying this piece of land, which sounds crazy. It's like, why do we need a piece of land? Well, we are going to build an HQ, which is so exciting. So one of my big goals for 2025 is just start laying the groundwork for what this is going to be. I don't think we're necessarily going to start actually building, but just getting the process started. So why did we do this? Well, we want a place where we can run HQ for the whole country. So we're in Orlando, we're in Arizona, and we are trying to expand beyond that. And so we need a hub that we can have the main team kind of working the back end of everything. And I think this is going to be the spot. We're going to build a 2-story, like 9,200 square foot building. It's going to be incredible. So 2025, we're going to get this thing started. This piece of land is proof that you can do it. Whether you're starting a business now or you're already running one, just keep going. I started out in just a little apartment, and that was 8-9 years ago, and now we're just building something really cool. But to be honest, it's not like the building's cool, but it's not all about that. It's about the people inside. We're back at the studio, but how sick is that land? It might not look that cool in person, well, on video, but in person it looks pretty cool, at least to me, because we're building something amazing on it. But point number 2, or my goal for this year, is people. 9 years ago, I hated what I did for a living. Like every day I'd wake up and it would just suck, not to wake up, but to go to work. And I never wanted to have that. I never wanted to build something that gave somebody that same feeling. So one of my biggest goals that I'm continuing on is just to build careers that people love. I think we've done a good job of that already, but just to continue that mission where people come into work, they're excited, they go home, they talk to their significant other about like how their day was and what they got to do. I feel like those things are so impactful to not just like that person, but the overall health of the company and the culture. I think it's really important. And this year, I'm putting a big focus on it. But part of what makes that work is having systems in place, which brings me to goal number 3. All right, we can't talk systems without talking to John, because John has built so many of these systems. Like we collaborate together, but then he's the one that builds a lot of it. So let me take you with me. Let's go talk to this guy. See if he has anything good to say. I wrote down 3 questions for him. We'll see how he does on this. Yo! I got some questions for you.
What you got?
Okay, hold on. Let me spin this around, point it to you. I told the people that I have questions for you.
All right, what's your question?
Okay, so we started this, and we were sending all of our projects and everything through Facebook Messenger, 2 different editors, trying to figure it out, doing emails, built Slack, thought that was the system, had like a channel. It was not. What do you remember about those days?
I just remember that being such a mess. Like everything was chaotic. It was all over the place. Like it was just terrible communication, and it wasn't a real system. It was more like a Band-Aid. And I think that's what we were messing up, is we weren't thinking long term. Whereas now we're spending a significant amount of time on these systems that don't even necessarily, like we don't even necessarily need it right now, but it just makes sense because we know it's going to be super, super future-proof and dialed in.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, you ready for the questions?
Yeah.
Here we go. Let me get this camera straight here. Don't be cheating. Don't look.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. What's the biggest mistake you see businesses making when it comes to systems and organization?
I think the biggest mistake businesses have with systems is they don't have them. They just rely on humans, and that's great, but you need the humans to be running the systems.
Yeah.
So you can't just rely, like, especially as your team's growing, it's like people will not get all the information that you have that you want to get out. You know, when you have a small team, maybe it's 2 or 3, it's like, yo, we just like say something real quick and like everybody knows now.
Yeah.
But you don't have like a solid way for everybody to like know the exact same thing, or for projects to move through like 14 different things to the completion level. So you need it just to be really dialed in. Like, you just need to have systems in general.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I think we really realized that when we expanded out past one location, because it was like, we would just say things to each other and it's like, boom, there's our system. Like, everybody knows. But that doesn't work when you have people in multiple locations. All right, question 2. Can you share one simple system any agent or small business can set up today to save some time?
I think there are a ton of like project management or CRMs out there. Some of them are dialed in for your business in specific. Some of them are more generic. We personally use ClickUp. But even if you're not using like even if you're not taking projects like to completion through this whole system, you can at least have like personal lists within these things to make sure that you're getting stuff done that you want to get done, or other team members are, and you can of course build it on top of that and just kind of keep everything organized.
Yeah, I love that. All right, last question. How do systems help businesses scale without feeling chaotic or burning out?
Well, I just counted the other day and we had like 149 projects active in ClickUp that we're like funneling through.
149?
And yeah, 149.
Gosh.
Like active, not posted, not delivered, like they're in the pipeline.
Yeah.
And if we were still using Facebook Messenger and Slack for that,
Oh my
I
God.
could not imagine the stress that would take. And I just like looked and I'm like, oh, nice. There's 149 projects and that was it. I didn't feel any stress at all. It was just like, it was just happening.
Yeah.
It's because it's just so like well built and thought out that it's just built for scale.
Yep, I think that makes a lot of sense. One last point, guys, about systems. Right now is like holiday season. So, you know, Christmas, New Year's, everything else. And people want to take time off, which they should take time off. But with that, if you don't have any systems in place, you're going to be scrambling going like, well, what did that person do? What did they have on them? Who should I be emailing today? But when we have everything built into our, ClickUp software, we can see like, oh, this needs to be delivered. This is coming up. This is an internal review. Like, there's so many things that we can see. Whereas like before, we're just relying on what's in people's heads, and that's not
yeah, it needs to be like written down somewhere with your leads too. Like, you need to make sure everybody knows where they are in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Of like, cool, we've talked to this person 2 times, so if they reach out again, search them up real quick. Hey, this person has reached out. We shouldn't be acting like, hey, like, how'd you hear about us? Like, we've already talked to them.
Yeah, sweet. So that's systems. Goal number, what's next? 4, I believe. We are going to be talking about our content partner program, which is a big reason why we even started to build out these systems. So let's go ahead and get into how we're helping agents in 2025. Okay, biggest goal of 2025 really is to help agents win. And helping agents win looks like a bunch of different things. I'm going to talk about that in this point and then my last point. So first thing is going to be the content partner program. This is the culmination of years of messing up. And what I mean by that is I've been doing this for a while, and when you're doing it, you learn all the things that don't work, you learn the things that do work. And what we found is through this program that we built out, I'm cleaning up for a set, by the way. The thing that we built out is basically a fully handheld process of making content every single month for real estate agents, right? So what does that mean? Basically, that means we'll have a planning session with you once a month. We will script all the videos for you. We will shoot all the videos for you, and then we'll post all the videos for you also. And when I first started to do this, that was like out of the question. I didn't want to do all of that. But I've figured out through, trial and error that is how people win. Because if you don't have any accountability with anything, you're not gonna win. You're gonna just kind of let it fall to the side, and you're not gonna take it as serious as you should. And we all know video is important, and you need to be doing it consistently like anything else to actually find success in it. All right, the set is ready. Clients are about to come in, film a podcast. But what I wanted to talk about, goal number 5, I've noticed a really big gap in the market for a long time. So many agents don't know how to film, they don't know how to get on camera, they don't know how to build their brand through video and social media. There's some resources out here, but they're paid for, they're really expensive, or other resources that might be free, but they're just incomplete. What I'm trying to do is fill in that gap in the market and really give all of the value we possibly can to help you grow your brand. That's why we made Real Growth Academy. Let's go talk about it. The mission of Real Growth Academy is super simple. I don't want you to be the agent 5 to 10 years from now that is losing to people that are filming and putting themselves out on social media. What our goal is to help you be a dominant force online by being confident on camera, growing your social media, and having leads come to you. So what is Real Growth Academy, and is there a catch? So Real Growth Academy is a completely free community. So right here, you can kind of see it, but basically it's almost like a Facebook group, but then beyond that, we have all kinds of resources on there that we're continuously building out. It's gonna be Canva templates, scripts, different hook ideas, things like that. And then once a week, we're gonna have free live coaching calls. So it's gonna be a group call. It's gonna be myself, John, other people on the team, and then we're gonna bring in guest speakers as well from all over the country. This is not a catch. What our goal is to help agents win. And in turn, hopefully, if you're in one of the markets that CLI serves, you'll work with us. But beyond that, we're literally just trying to bring as much value as we possibly can to the market. If this community sounds interesting at all, I would love to have you guys in it, again, completely free. The link is down below. We have our very first webinar, January 14th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We're gonna be talking about how to take one listing and make a full week of content out of it. I made a YouTube video about this, but we're gonna dive into it further and answer everybody's questions. Again, if you're interested, guys, the link is down below. This is one of my biggest goals of 2025. How can we deliver more and more value to you? And I think this way is gonna be, it's gonna be game changing for us and your business. So that's it for my goals of 2025, guys. Hopefully you got a little bit of value out of this video. We have a lot going on. 2024 was wild, and I think 2025 is about to be the best year ever. It will be for you too. I'll see you guys in the next one.